Hi, I'm Will, a racer, mechanic and journalist from MB UK, and we're here at Revolution Bike Park in North Wales. For those who don't know, Revs was founded 10 years ago and is one of the most iconic bike parks in the UK. But a deadly disease is killing the trees and means that by the time you're watching this, the park will be shut. This was after trees were found to be affected by the killer fungus called Phytophthora ramorum. Can't pronounce that. Before we go and chat to the experts, don't forget to follow the story by subscribing to BikeRadar for more videos from me. Revs is famous for Veronique Sandler's Vision line and the enormous jumps of the 50-to-1 line. With steep trails and gnarly downhill terrain, the park is beloved by amateurs and pros alike. 2/3 of the forest at Revs is made up of larch trees, so although only 10 to 15 trees are affected right now, the whole forest will need to be felled, making it impossible to keep the park open. We spoke to James and Tim Foster, the architects of the bike park, so they can tell us more about its closure and what we can expect for the future of Revs. Before that though, I met up with Trail Builder-in-Chief James Foster, who gave me a tour of the worst affected areas of the park.
I mean, as everyone's aware, we've got a tree disease on the hill, so we've got to, by law, fell all these trees. So, and also they're kind of getting to the end of the lifespan, really. You know, all these trees, they get planted for a reason. You know, the timber, they don't last forever. I mean, obviously when the news come out, I think a lot of people, like ourselves, we were all in shock about it. And then I think as soon as that initial shock like wears off for the customers, they're like, oh my God, we better go and ride while we can. So, you know, the bookings, you know, went absolutely mental.
Have it loads, have it loads, have it loads. Oh my God, that's gnarly. Getting well tight.
I mean, we started talking about it in, 2009, I guess we would have been, and we didn't move up here till the end of 2010, so it took about 18 months or so. Before we knew it, the whole family sort of sat around a table deciding, you know, we're going to do this. We're going to sell all of our houses and move to Wales and open a bike park, and everyone around the table said yes, and here we are. I remember
the hype around when they first got hold of it, and that's got to have been like 2012, like 13.
There's probably like 2 tracks and there was 10 people on the uplift, and it used to be every track was a lone track, and yeah, literally from the start.
Yeah, boy! Oh my God, that chicken summer!
This was before Anta, Bike Park Wales, Black Mountain, you know, none of these places were on the cards when we sort of started on this journey. So, but yeah, and it's amazing to see how much it's come on since then. You know, and it literally was me and James with shovels for the first year, 18 months kind of thing. But we evolved as we went, and what we've just done is kept feeding itself back into the park. You know, everything we've earned in the first 8 years went back into building more stuff.
We've all learnt together, you know, like as the lines like developed, and then obviously with the ball, and we did the ball jam, and like all these things that like pretty crazy opportunities to be able to like bring something to life with big diggers. And like now you look at the UK, there's big jump lines everywhere, like big safe jump lines, not just heifers with, you know, logs. And it's like, yeah, I think they've played a massive part in like advancing the British scene, and it's pretty amazing.
You can go from a big jump track, big flowy jump track, to like the steepest gnarly tech that you can wish for, and it changes with the seasons as well. Like it can be so dry and dusty and like rapid to like being the slippiest thing in the world.
I do 50 and Vision all the time, so I think my favourite like track would be 50 for Vision and then finish on free ride, and then that's normally my go-to every single day I come here.
You know, Revs as a location has pushed the sport in such an awesome direction in terms of for downhill free ride, and I hope that what they've created here can cultivate more things like this in the UK. From running a bike park myself, I've taken so much inspiration in building it the way like that at home.
There's been so many people that come here from all over the world because it's just insane. They see all the videos and stuff of people shredding Revs and they want to come.
It's not just an uplift place, it's a bike park, a bit of a hub, somewhere for you know, like-minded people to come, and yeah, I don't know, just makes you feel a type of way, I guess.
And the staff as well, like the guys here are just mint. They're just the friendliest people, and like they've just got big hearts, and yeah, I love them all.
Yeah, for those who haven't seen, we're housed within a commercial forest. It's privately owned, we do own the forest, and about 2/3 of the forest is made up of Japanese larch, which is affected by a disease called Phytophthora amora. We've been sort of managing the situation since we got here. We always knew that this was a risk, and unfortunately, a couple of months back now, we got notification that the disease has been found in the forest, and as such, we have to basically fell the entire forest.
I mean, there's various ways it can spread from what we know, but the main way it travels is on the wind, and now they're saying actually in like low cloud as well it's travelling. So the people who advised us are saying they're pretty damn certain that that's how it's come and how it's travelling around the country so fast at the moment. You know, obviously for years we've had a clean bike policy, so that's the one thing that we as mountain bikers can do is, you know, when we go to all these different venues, make sure we're taking clean bikes and clean kit and not transferring mud from one place to the other.
And I mean, tree disease is one, but there's plenty of different reasons why that, you know, bringing mud from one place to another can cause problems for livestock, wildlife, you know. So it's something that, you know, for the sake of a quick spray down, which to be fair, you should be looking after your bike and doing that anyway for other reasons. But yeah, that's the main thing people can do is just make sure that the kit and bike is clean between sites.
I was just gutted for them mainly. Like they've put their heart and soul into this place. They moved up here for this sole reason to run a bike park for all us lot really. Obviously for us as riders, we're losing like a massive part of our community. And like just one of the best places to ride in the UK, in the world, in fact.
They're going to come in here and drive over the vast majority of this hill with machines. So there's going to be a lot of this hill that's, you know, it's going to be gone.
Any of the options that would allow us just to carry on operating are terrible options, which I think ultimately would lead to the end of the bike park. You know, we have a shot here to solve this problem, almost reinvent the park and come back better. And that for me is the only option.
You could not thank James and Tim enough for having this place to come and ride like every weekend pretty much for the last 7 years. Yeah, big up Revs.
Yeah, a message for the team at Revs is just a massive thank you for everything they've done for like the whole British mountain bike scene and actually like globally, you know, like just big thanks to them, and yeah, hope the future brings something sick.
Hope to see it back one day, but yeah, it's been the best memories of my life here for sure. It's sick.
Sadly, for pretty much everyone, their employment will come to an end. There's no bike park, there's no jobs, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's really sad.
You know, letting everyone down in that way is the hardest thing. You know, I can kind of, I'll survive. You know, I'll carry on. But you know, there's lots of people that rely on this place. Not just the employees, but the other businesses and, you know, the local pubs and shops that we source a lot of our stuff from. You know, we set about to do this to be a positive impact on the area and to be at the centre of so many problems is quite hard, to be honest.
Sad that what's happened's happened. It's hard to hear, but I'm sure they'll come out of it on a positive, because good people always do, and they'll always succeed, and they've got enough people who love what they do, and I hope all the best for them, and I know that they're going to continue doing great things. It's just a proper for riders, by riders place, and like, it's just you always leave with a smile on your face and want to come back. So
It'll come back to something bigger and better and stronger, because I know what type of people they are, so this isn't the end.
I mean, the main positive from it would be that we'd be able to rebuild, you know, and starting again without all these trees dictating where we go, we could build some way better stuff than what we've got here now. It's quite an exciting thing really, isn't it?
I'd be interested actually, like to my knowledge, there has never been a bike park in the world where the forest has been planted around the bike park. Every single bike park has been built around a forest. I'd love to be stand corrected, someone can tell me that, and I think that's a great opportunity for us here. We can imagine a bike park and then overlay a forest on top of it. It's going to go a little bit quiet from us for probably a little while whilst we go through the motions of sorting out the forest and things. But I strongly believe that whilst people will move on with their lives and will, you know, the memory of revolution will fade somewhat, the day that we come back and tell people it's on, people will be chomping at the bit again. You know, keep supporting you as a bike park, keep riding, keep progressing. You know, we're going to have some amazing stuff to ride here, and you guys need to up your skills to get on it by the time we get back, you know.
So that's it, our last visit to Revs for a while, but we are stoked that it won't be our last ever. We're so glad to hear the positivity from James and Tim about the future of the park, and we're already looking forward to seeing Revs come back bigger and better than ever. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and don't forget to subscribe for a chance to keep up with the goings on at all your favourite riding spots.